Commissioner for Finance, Delta State, and People's Democratic Party (PDP) governorship aspirant Oborevwori Edevbie has been grinning since Thursday. He has every reason to, for on May 25, he lost the PDP governorship primary to the Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Sheriff Oborevwori. He never believed he would lose the primary. Edevbie, known as the favorite of the former governor of the state and a national leader of the party, Chief James Ibori, had been disenchanted ever since. Oborevwori, preferred by Governor Ifeanyi Okowa, had flanked him in the primary. Since the conclusion of the governorship primary in the state, Ibori and Okowa have still reconciled on the emergence of Oborevwori. Though an angry Edevbie went to court, it was thought that Ibori and Okowa were sorting things out in preparation for takeoff of the party's 2023 campaigns when the court verdict exploded Thursday. Joy enveloped Edevbie the moment a federal high court sitting in Abuja disqualified Oborevwori as the Delta State PDP governorship candidate on the grounds of inconsistencies of names in the document submitted to the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC). Edevbie was more electrified when Justice Taiwo held that Oborevwori was not qualified to contest for the office of governorship of Delta. More heartwarming to him was that the court granted all his prayers, including an order commanding, directing, or otherwise mandating the second and third defendants to replace forthwith the name of the first defendant, Oborevwori, with that of the plaintiff Edevbie as the lawful candidate of the second defendant, PDP, for the forthcoming governorship election in Delta State, now scheduled for March 11, 2023 by the third defendant. The issue of Oborevwori's name as contained in his certificate has been a matter of controversy before and after the screening by the party's governorship screening committee and appeal panel, both in Port Harcourt and Abuja, which the speaker scaled through. Evidently upbeat, Edevbie in a statement on Friday said, "My good people, you may recall that at the beginning of my consultations, I said that the journey to transform Delta into a modernized state would be challenging. From the very start, I also envisaged that there would be setbacks and false starts, but regardless, I proceeded with my usual verve to lead the transformation of a state as vast, as diverse as Delta to its destiny in terms of growth and development requires a strong sense of purpose, faith, and the courage to keep leading even in moments of seeming disappointment. Clearly, it is not a task for the faint-hearted or pusillanimous. Fortunately, the required qualities and abilities are what I was primed for from the outset of my working career, both in the private and public sectors in Nigeria and abroad, and the allure of a new lease of life, growth, and happiness in Delta State provided the impetus. Undeniably, most Deltans received the outcome of the PDP gubernatorial primary with bewilderment and exasperation. To many, it appeared to be a wanton disregard of the interests of our party and the mood of our nation. Propelled by the inevitable pall of gloom that hung over Delta State and faced with the real possibility that opposition parties would capitalize on the blindingly obvious situation, I was left with no alternative but to challenge the outcome in the law court, albeit reluctantly. Today, I am pleased to announce that our faith was not misplaced. Nigeria's justice system has spoken and rightly overturned the travesty in favor of the will of the majority of the people to restore our cherished values of hard work, integrity, and honor. Let me be clear, this should not be seen as a personal victory but as a victory for our great party, PDP, which is firmly rooted in justice. It is also a victory for democracy, and therefore it is now time to put our differences aside and work together as a family to ensure our success at the next general elections. I especially commend and thank our governor, His Excellency Senator Dr. Ifeanyi, and the leadership and elders of our great party, the PDP, for their understanding and for effectively keeping the house together while managing the internal family contest. We must work together on the shared vision and goal of modernization, even as we embrace all those who either contested with us or supported other contestants. This is their victory too. Now that order has been restored, our PDP family is stronger and ready to defeat all opposition parties in Delta State in 2023. Consequently, I implore all our brothers and sisters who became disillusioned and left PDP recently to return to the fold. This is not the hill to die on. Oborevwori, who responded to the new fangled spiral Thursday through his chief press secretary, Mr. Dennis Otu, had said, "I wish to appeal to all my supporters, political associates, and well-wishers to remain calm and law-abiding over the judgment of the Federal High Court. There is no need to panic. All is well. We will certainly appeal the judgment, and so let us maintain the peace, as all hope is not lost. All is well, and it will end in praise to the glory of God Almighty. The courts have always been part of our democratic experience, and our confidence in the judiciary, which is the last hope of the common man, is unwavering. So, as we embark on the appeal process, our supporters and indeed debtors should kindly note and be rest assured that Right Honorable Sheriff Francis Oborevwori remains the gubernatorial flag bearer of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in Delta State for the 2023 general elections. This is all we can take for now. Thanks and God bless. Ensure you subscribe to our channel, and bye for now. Okay.